Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 27th of May, 2015. The moon today is in the latter stages of the sign of Virgo and still in the nakshatra or lunar mansion of Uttara Phalguni. Sometimes we have that happen because the moon will generally journey through one of these in approximately a day, but sometimes it enters a nakshatra later in the evening and then spends the entirety of the next day in that particular nakshatra. Purva Phalguni and Uttara Phalguni are where the creative impulse comes into the individual, as I was talking yesterday, and where they can decide how well they're going to work with that creative impulse. It's like receiving information from the universe or allowing oneself to be in open channel in order to merge with the concept of inspiration. Interestingly enough, the Phalgunis tend to be connected with relationships. Generally, when people have a prominent planet in one of these nakshatras, there's a lot of interesting things that tend to happen for them or with them in terms of relationships. With Uttara Phalguni, there's the concept of having the confidence that you can champion a cause or go about a fight or really devote your time and attention to something which makes a situation better. The concept with Uttara Phalguni is always that of liberation, also known as moksha. So the idea is to make a difficult situation much better when it boils down to the energy of Uttara Phalguni. And because of the position of the moon today, there's a very analytical tone to the day in terms of looking at a particular situation and really kind of chewing it over in your head and seeing how you can best be of service to whatever the situation may be, to see how you can best join forces with your higher self, with your higher senses, your intuitive faculties, or join forces with another individual in order to make a situation better. The lunar tithi for today is Shukla Dashami. It's the 10th day of the bright half of the moon. And there is a quality of looking at the past with the day's energy. And you're recognizing that through all the challenges that you've been through and through all the perceived mistakes that you might have made, and I put that in quotation marks because they're not necessarily mistakes, it's just part of a learning curve, right? But through all the perceived mistakes that you might have made, there is the process of learning what best to do with a particular situation and how to act dharmically or correctly in terms of a particular goal or in terms of a particular pursuit. The solar lunar yoga for today is Siddhi. And with Siddhi, there's a sense of accomplishment. But because of Siddhi being associated with Mars, Mars is not very well disposed in terms of the day's energy. And so it's not likely that you're going to feel, even though you have the confidence and you're knowing how to act in terms of the day's energy, and you're definitely heading in the right direction, there's a sense of not really accomplishing that much. And there's a need to be cautious because quite often when we go through a situation and we recognize how much we've learned and we alter our approach and we take different steps, then if we meet with resistance or feel like we're not really accomplishing that much, then we might be tempted to go back to the drawing board. But it's not that you don't know the right thing to do. You're actually doing the right things. You've actually made a couple of adjustments even since yesterday, and you're heading in the right direction. But you just need to be a little more patient with the situation. Things don't always work out in our favor, even if we are doing the right things. But at least you can know in your heart that you're making the right choices, that you are, in fact, heading in the right direction. And you can feel confident in that with the day's energy. Now, this could apply to any area of your life. It might be associated with career. It could be associated with a relationship. Obviously, I don't know where this is impacting your chart in particular, unless I were looking at your personal birth chart. And I do offer a vast range of astrological services. If you look down in the lower left-hand corner of this video, there's a link to my astrological services page. If you've closed that link, there's a link further down in the description area. And please, please do remember to subscribe to my YouTube page. That way you can receive regular updates every time there's a new video released, and there's one every day. And you can look for the month ahead video within the next couple of days. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 27th of May, 2015. Until tomorrow, please do take the very best care of yourself. And hey, why stop there? Why don't you continue on from there? Bye for now.